Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 of my must-have, most loved products from influencer brands. Even though I don't personally love the word influencer, I guess that is how I describe myself. When someone asks me what I do for a living, I say I am a social media influencer. I create content for YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And a lot of influencers, when they grow to have a very, very large audience, they launch their own brands. Now, so far, I do not have my own brand, and as of now, I have no intentions of having my own makeup brand. And I currently only have one product that I put out in collaboration with a brand, or should I say 4 products. As many of you know, I do have 4 styles of lashes in collaboration with BK Beauty. But again, today, I am going to be talking you through 10 beauty products from influencer brands that I reach for all the time, that I highly recommend. So why don't we get started? Actually, I can't get started just yet because as an influencer, one of the ways that we keep our channels going is by having sponsors. And my sponsor for today's video is Factor. I am a Factor partner. My regular viewers know this. I have been working with Factor for more than a year now. I share my love of Factor meals almost every single month. And if you've heard me rave about Factor meals in previous videos, but you still haven't tried it yet, now is the time. It's summertime. We're all really busy. So who has time to cook? With Factor, I can get fresh, never frozen, delicious meals delivered to my door that take only 2 minutes to prepare. With Factor, you can try delicious dietitian-approved meals. They have calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. They have protein plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. Factor saves me and my husband trips to the grocery store. It saves all of that chopping and dicing, just the mess that you often make when trying to prepare a meal. As I was saying a moment ago, Factor meals are so easy to prepare. For my meal today, I chose this shrimp and asparagus risotto. I just take it out of the package, puncture a couple of holes in it, pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and that's it. My delicious and nutritious lunch is ready. So if you would like to try Factor meals for yourself, head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code RISA50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. So I'm going to start in the order that I apply things to my face. I do not currently have a foundation from any influencer brands. So if you know of one that you love, that you recommend, please let me know in the comments. So I'm going to begin with concealer. This concealer is from Jamie Genevieve's brand called Vive. You will actually be seeing a couple of products from her brand in this video. I do have a completely dedicated video to Vive products that I will link down below in the description box. I don't believe this concealer is in that video though, because I don't think she had come out with it yet at that point. So this concealer is called the Modern Radiance Concealer. I had to select my shade online because unfortunately, we do not have any brick and mortar stores here in the United States that carry Vive products. So for some reason, I ordered medium 1. I don't know what I was thinking. I usually choose a concealer in the light range or even the fair range. But yeah, for some reason, I chose medium 1. And it works. It still works because in the summertime, right now, I have used a little bit of a self-tanner, so I've gone with a darker foundation, and this concealer actually works. This concealer is so creamy, so hydrating. It looks so beautiful under the eyes. It never feels heavy. It never looks cakey. A little bit goes a long way. This is just a really, really beautiful concealer. And I'm actually quite impressed and thankful that even though Jamie does not have mature skin, she created a very lovely concealer for those of us that do. Now to set that concealer, I love to use this palette from Jaclyn Cosmetics, Jaclyn Hill's Jaclyn Cosmetics. I purchased this from Ulta. By the way, all of these items were purchased by me. I was not sent any of this. This is called the Brightening and Setting Palette. This is either the light palette or the fair palette. I will double check and have the correct one named in the description box with the link. This is beautiful for those of you that are like me and want to have a bright under eye. I don't like when the under eye is too bright, but I do like a bright under eye. And this gives me exactly what I'm looking for without having that really heavy powdered look that isn't so great for my 50+ face. I find that if you do have mature skin, using a lightweight pressed powder to set your concealer is much better than taking a big heaping amount of loose powder and packing it on underneath the eye. I think by now, most of us who are 40, 50, 60+ know not to do that. But let's face it, there are still some people that watch the younger influencers taking that velour powder puff and packing on the loose powder underneath their eyes, and then they wonder why their under eyes look aged. So this compact is perfect for setting concealer. You can also use the other tones to counteract any redness in your skin. But speaking of loose powders, I talk about this one a lot. And I think a lot of us forget, because her brand is so big, that Huda Kattan of Huda Beauty used to be an influencer. She started off as an influencer and she just built this incredible brand. And I have been raving about her Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder for a couple of years now. I could not do this video without talking about this powder, simply because Huda is an influencer and this is one of my most used and loved products probably of all time. I own this powder in 3 shades: Cupcake, Pound Cake, and Cherry Blossom Cake, and I love them all. This gives my skin a truly airbrushed effect. Now, you can use the Huda powder to set your under eyes if you don't have a lot of dryness under the eye or fine lines and or wrinkles. I do sometimes use this under my eyes. But again, if you are maybe in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and you want to wear concealer and you want to set with a little powder, I would go for this one, and then just use a light dusting of this over the rest of your face. A light dusting. Okay, moving back to Jamie Genevieve's Vive. This is her bronzer palette. And this is one of the silkiest bronzers I've ever used. It just melts into the skin. As you can see, it's a duo. This is called the Modern Bronzer, and this is medium 1, and this is medium 2. The packaging is, as you can see, very, very nice, very luxury, very high-end. These powders have a very silky, blendable feel, and my bronzer lasts all day. So everything you could want in a bronzer: great color, great wear time, blendability, looks natural, great packaging. It's all here in this bronzer compact. Products 5 and 6 are new products from Dominique Cosmetics. This is her new brow pencil. This is called the Brow Frame, and I purchased it in the shade Taupe. As you can see, it is double-ended. On this side is the little spoolie and also a sharpener. What I love most about this pencil is its unique applicator. I had never seen anything like this. It is on this really cool angle that allows you to make those really defined hair-like strokes. I have very, very light eyebrows, and years ago I had them microbladed, which unfortunately seems to have killed the hair follicle. So I no longer have brow hair that grows right here on the inner portion of my brow. So I have to fake it. And a pencil like this makes it so easy to get those hair-like strokes. And then you flip it onto its side and carve out underneath. So that is why she's labeled it Carve, and then she's labeled it Sharpen on the other side, because that's where this goes. Now again, I bought mine from the Dominique Cosmetics website. Unfortunately, I did not receive the PR package that a lot of other influencers got that had all of the shades, because I would love to be able to swatch them for you. So I just took a guess. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for, I think it was called Blonde or Taupe. When I'm in doubt, I always go for Taupe. And then I thought, what the heck, I'll try her new brow gel as well. It's called Brow Blowout Shaping Gel, and I love the name of this product. This product is really, really good. It's what I had hoped a lot of these other makeup artist brands' brow products would be like. For example, the Makeup by Mario or the Patrick Ta brow lamination. I really was not a fan of either of those, but I am a fan of this. And if you watch my videos on the regular, I am a bit of a brow product addict. One might say I am a blush addict, a lip gloss addict, and a brow product addict. The applicator on this is the perfect size. It builds up my brows. It holds them in place. I just am really impressed with both of these. Okay, moving on to eyeshadow. This palette is from Manny MUA's brand Lunar Beauty. This is the Nude Prism palette. This is really fantastic. I think the packaging is so pretty. I love that there's a mirror inside. I don't normally go for big palettes, but this honestly isn't huge. It's not the size of, say, a big Morphe palette that I always complain about. I really like those palettes, but I just find them to be too big and cumbersome. I typically like an eyeshadow palette that's in a compact of this size or of this size. But I just thought this palette looked so beautiful. It's great for travel because it has such a nice mixture of mattes and then some shimmer toppers. The shadows are all very silky and blendable and long lasting, although I always, because I have oily lids, I personally always use an eyeshadow primer. I have not used this palette without an eyeshadow primer, but from the reviews that I have read, people love it. Regardless of their skin type, regardless of whether or not they use an eyeshadow primer, people love this palette, and I am one of those people. I think it is so well done. I think people of all ages can use this palette. I like to use these 3 shades down here as liner. I am one of those people that really prefers an eyeshadow palette to have a matte black in there so that I can use it as liner, or I can use it for a real dramatic smoky eye if I choose. The only thing I wish Manny would have done to make this a little bit better even would have been to include just a couple cool tones, maybe 1 or 2 cool tones up here and maybe 1 or 2 cool tones in the shimmer toppers. Who knows, maybe he'll come out with a cool tone palette next. I mean, it is called Nude Prism, but I still think you could have added some cool tones and still kept with the nude theme. All right, moving on to blush. I believe this is a new product. I'm not 100% sure. I've only recently seen it. Actually, I stumbled upon one of Jaclyn Hill's Instagram reels where she was demonstrating this blurring blush. And the second she said blurring, my ears perked up because I do have a lot of texture in this area. I have oily skin, large pores, and a lot of times blushes do emphasize texture. This one is truly blurring. I was blown away the first time I used this. It's so pigmented, much like the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, but it's a little bit more user-friendly, I feel, than the Rare Beauty. I mean, let's face it, you do have to be careful with both of these products. You can easily go overboard with both, but I have learned from using the Rare Beauty to just start off with 1 little dot, blend it out, and then build up from there. And I do love that even when I build this up, it does not emphasize texture. It really is quite blurring, quite beautiful. I am going to purchase another shade. This particular shade that I currently have on is called Plush Pink. Okay, products 9 and 10 are my lip combo. Actually, there's another product that I added on top that I will speak about, but I felt like 10 was a much better number than saying top 11. Anyway, I'll still show it to you. My lip liner is the Vive Modern Lip Definer in the shade Brat. This is the perfect everyday nude lip pencil. And Jamie, once again, did a fabulous job with the formula. It's super creamy, it's super long wearing. I personally prefer a lip pencil that sharpens. It's not that I really dislike or never use twist up lip pencils. I just have a preference. And more often than not, I reach for pencils that you sharpen like this one. And again, this color is just chef's kiss. Speaking of great formulas, the final product from an influencer brand that I have to rave about is this lipstick from BK Beauty. And I'm not just saying this because my lashes are in collaboration with BK Beauty, nor because Lisa J, the owner of BK Beauty, has been a friend of mine for years. I'm saying it because it's true. She did such a fantastic job with the formula of her lipsticks. I have all of them, and I do have to correct something I said at the beginning. I think I said that I did not receive any of this in a PR package, that I paid for it all. That's not true. I did receive the lipsticks in a PR package because now that I am sort of in with the BK Beauty family, being that they distribute my lashes, they do send me products. They send me their brushes that are fabulous, and they sent me their lipsticks, including the new shades. They did recently have a shade expansion, but my favorite color is still this shade right here that I have on my lips called Kindness. This is such a Risa pinky peach nude. It's so flattering on my skin tone. I love it paired with the Vive lip pencil. They're creamy, they're long lasting, they're packed with pigment. They contain apricot oil that moisturizes and nourishes. They're formulated without parabens, sulfates, or phthalates, and they are 100% cruelty free and vegan. And then I topped this combo with this lip oil from Vive. This is the Lip Dew Glossy Lip Oil, and this shimmering gold is one of my favorites. I absolutely adore it. I reach for this over a lot of my Dior lip oils, and I love my Dior lip oils, but I am a sucker for shimmer, so that's why I reach for this all the time. So there they are, my top 10 or 11 favorite products from influencer brands. As usual, I will have everything listed and linked down below in that description box. If you did enjoy this video, I really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can find more content from me over on Instagram and TikTok. The username is the same. It's Risa Does Makeup. And once again, I want to thank Factor so much for once again sponsoring a video of mine. Don't forget to use that code to save. And that'll do it. I hope to see you all in my next video.